Hello everyone. In this video, I'll explain, can Cash App transactions be traced? Cash App has exploded in popularity. A lot of people use it now. Since it's becoming so big, we want to be sure that it's safe. Not only do we have to worry about scammers and hackers, but now the government wants a piece of it as well. A lot of people are looking at your Cash App, so let's answer the question. Can it be traced? Cash App keeps track of all your personal information and your transaction and payment history. Everything is in a ledger. You can see everything from start to finish. It doesn't go away after a certain amount of months or years. Cash App also complies with the law and may turn your data over to law enforcement agencies. So, if you are doing something illegal, immoral, or whatever it is, and there's a crime afoot, or someone's looking for something related to that, they may turn it over to the government. If you send over $600 in transactions, this can come into play. So, let's see what Cash App collects from you. Does it give your information to the government? Can you delete it? What can you do? The biggest question you might be asking is whether Cash App reports your transactions to the IRS. Since you're probably going to have transactions over $600, $700, or even $1,000, you should know that as this app becomes more popular, the likelihood increases. Cash App does have to comply with new laws and regulations that require them to report certain groups of users to the IRS, especially when it comes to the sale of goods and services. You've probably heard that everyone's income over $600 annually is going to be reported to the IRS. This is confirmed for business accounts, at least with Cash App. For personal accounts, it might not happen. That being said, it's always a good idea to keep track of everything. $600 per year is such a small threshold compared to the previous threshold, which was $20,000 per year. So keep that in mind. While it does apply to business accounts, they could still take a look at it. Since new legislation started on January 1st, 2022, Cash App began to declare payments for goods and services in the form of a 1099 if transactions are over $600 in a year. If you're worried that this applies to you and you've had transactions over $600, maybe $700, $800, or even in the thousands, the website clearly states that sending or receiving money between friends, family, gifts, paying for dinners, or splitting bills isn't reported to the IRS. Keep that in mind while watching this video because a lot of people might get worried. For example, if it was a Christmas gift and you sent $800, that's not something they're going to look for. Now, let's talk about the information Cash App collects about you. What do they take a look at? Cash App collects a fair amount of personal data from you, and this data is used to make the app work better for you and others. It's important for them to collect some data, otherwise the app wouldn't function properly. Some people might wonder why they are looking at their data, but many apps look at data to gather metrics on user preferences and behavior to improve the user experience. When you send a customer support request, for instance, it's necessary for them to verify your identity and account so they can help provide tech support. Here's the type of information Cash App looks at: identification information, which is used to identify you, such as your name, phone number, email address, zip code, and signature. They also look at the information you use to log in, such as your IP address. You can't really have a financial app without this type of information, so keep that in mind. Cash App also looks at your financial information, like your bank account, payment card numbers, cash card number, and debit card. Your transaction information is also tracked, including all data related to making, accepting, or requesting payments, such as the time and place of transactions, names of the transacting parties, descriptions, transfer amounts, and devices used. They also collect contact information to help you find friends to send money to for fraud prevention and to provide additional personalized services. To verify users, they may look at your date of birth, full address, ID, social security number, and even your photo. They may also collect geolocation data, such as your location, IP address, and network information, and for some reason, even your language. Additionally, Cash App gathers device information, like the type of hardware, Android or Apple, operating system, device name, mobile network information, and information about the device's interaction with the app. This can include log and log out dates and times, browser language, country, IP address, domain name of your internet service provider, pages you visit on Cash App, search terms, and websites you visit before using the app. They also collect profile information, which could include your preferences, characteristics, or behavior. Does Cash App share your information? Like most fintech companies, they do provide data to government offices, tax authorities, creditors, and law enforcement agencies. As for security, every company claims your information is safe, but this is not always the case. Cash App states that they do a lot to keep your data secure, but they can't guarantee that hackers won't break in, as happened to 8 million users in the past. How long does Cash App keep your information? They keep your data as long as they need it to collect fees, comply with laws, fight fraud, resolve disputes, enforce agreements, and defend their rights in court. Can you delete your data? Yes, you have the right to request that Cash App delete your personal data. However, after deletion, you won't be able to use Cash App anymore unless you create a new account. Cash App may also keep your data for as long as they feel it's necessary, though the exact duration is unclear. So, with all that being said, that's the information they keep track of and the reasons why. It's up to you to decide whether you're comfortable using Cash App with all this information they collect. Remember, you can delete your data, but you won't be able to use the app until you create a new account. If you don't have Cash App, you can use the link in the description to sign up to Cash App, and we will both get $5. The exact steps you need to take to get your free $5 are in the description as well.